We've got a bombshell late-night update here. According to Axios, quote, President Trump's Justice Department and FBI have concluded they have no evidence that convicted sex offender and disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein blackmailed powerful figures, kept a client list, or was murdered, according to a memo detailing the findings obtained by Axios, which suddenly makes this appearance by Attorney General Pam Bondi back in February all the more interesting.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed because that was done at the directive of the president from all of these agencies.
So have you seen anything that you said, oh my gosh?
Not yet.
Okay, well, we'll check back with you.
Now, look, I really don't have an opinion one way or the other here, but I certainly do find it interesting that Pam Bondi could be reviewing the client list in February that no longer exists in July. If somebody can explain to me how that works, I'm all ears. It's also worth asking, what about all of these right-wing influencers who were gifted phase 1 of the Epstein files? Why would you have an entire event at the White House for these conservative internet personalities if there was no there? Was Pam Bondi lying when she summoned these people to the White House and said that the client list was on her desk? Or is she lying now when she says that that client list no longer exists? What was in those binders that were handed out to all of these right-wingers that they waved around? Are they in on it too? Why wouldn't these truth seekers like Chaya Raichik and Jack Posobiec not tell their audiences the truth? Are they part of some big cover-up? Or did they always know that there was no there? The whole thing was just a scam to sell a con job to the rubes in the base. Take all the time you need with that one. I mean, I'm sorry, but it has been God knows how many years of Republicans accusing the Democrats of being part of some deep state conspiracy seeking to protect pedophiles, and yet now look at who those very people are protecting. And don't take my word for it, take Elon Musk's from a certain tweet that nearly got him deported. He took to Twitter writing, "Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT." Wait, Donald Trump? No, that couldn't possibly be the case. I think if there was some grand connection between Trump and Epstein, we would probably know about it. Oh, well, I guess we do know about that connection, but still, that was a long time ago. It's not like Trump has said anything recently that would suggest that he's got something to hide, right?
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would you,
I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would.
I gotta give the right credit for one thing. The cognitive dissonance is truly incredible. They can both attack Jeffrey Epstein to the ends of the earth for the depraved human being that he was, while also miraculously excusing Donald Trump for being so obviously and visibly intertwined with the guy. I mean, my God, if Hillary Clinton was in the same city as Jeffrey Epstein, the right would claim that she was responsible for his entire operation. But you've got Trump literally standing next to Epstein in God knows how many photos and videos, and it's wiped from everybody's brains. Listen to Trump's own words while speaking with New York Magazine in 2002. "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it. Jeffrey enjoys his social life." Yeah, I wonder if Trump knew about Epstein's habits while explaining that his victims were, quote, on the younger side. I don't know, guys. I think the jury's still out on this one. Let's just believe Donald Trump when he suggests that Joe Biden died in 2020 and is now a robot, an actual thing he posted. But when it comes time to make a call on Trump's association with Epstein, I think there's simply not enough evidence. Got it. There's also some, let's call it, tension between what some members of the Trump administration were saying before they came into office versus what they're saying now. And I'm talking specifically about Dan Bongino. For example, this was Bongino before becoming deputy FBI director when he discussed Epstein.
Ladies and gentlemen, nobody knows how much material people have on Jeffrey Epstein. Who was videoed where those videos are. I was told by someone a long time ago, a very knowledgeable reporter, and it's not my information. I'm not hiding. I mean, oh, you're hiding up for some foreign government. You're protecting. I'm not protecting anyone. I'm only telling you what I was told. That some governments around the world may have some material that's related to the Epstein thing. Bill Clinton was knee deep in this, man. I have a very, very good source. I've told you this story. Forgive me for repeating it if you're a P1, but some people are new here and never heard this. He was on the plane with Bill Clinton and Epstein on one of Epstein's planes when Bill Clinton was on the plane with some women who, according to my source, looked underage.
You know, Epstein's an intelligence asset for people in the Middle East, right? I'm like, no, I didn't know that. I'm like, you sure of that? I'm absolutely sure of that. That he's either a witting or unwitting asset, intelligence asset. There's a big assumption out there that these videotapes were exclusively in the custody of Epstein. That's a huge mistake. The reason they wanted this story to go away is because there's an assumption like, oh yeah, Epstein had him.
And now, well, this is Bongino's answer when asked why the files hadn't been released.
On the Epstein files, listen, I know this is a hot potato for folks. I totally understand. My comments were clear. I'm not paid for my opinions anymore. I work for the taxpayer now. I'm paid on evidence. That's it. The evidence we have in our files clearly indicates that it was, in fact, a suicide. We do have video. It's not the greatest video in the world. I don't want to set expectations on fire.
Which might explain some of the backlash that Bongino is now getting online. Here is just a small sampling of the replies to Bongino's latest tweet, which, by the way, isn't even about Epstein. FBI Director Dan Bongino is participating in the cover-up of the largest pedophile ring ever. You'll never not be discredited now. Fraud. Really had hopes that you were the one to bring it all to light. What a disappointment. Sellout. All trust is gone. We are more worried about the Epstein cover-up. Traitor, just blink twice if they've threatened you. You should be arrested for criminal conspiracy. And it goes on and on and on. So look, will this have any impact on Trump supporters' willingness to carry water for their God King? Maybe for a few people, they will realize the extent to which they've been lied to by Trump, by Bongino, by Bondi, by all of these right-wing grifters who waved around binders filled with supposedly incriminating information. Maybe now everybody will realize what a con job the MAGA Republican Party has become. The whole thing is a scam to keep the Marks thinking that they are fighting some righteous fight, when in reality, the real purpose of that stuff is keeping everybody nice and distracted while Republican officials lower their own taxes. Perhaps now MAGA will finally realize the extent to which they've been conned, while the people in power make themselves richer by the day. Before you go, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more and support independent media, please subscribe to this channel. The subscribe button will be right here on the screen. But second, the reality is that we are now in a political environment where this administration can lean on any of the social media platforms to suppress certain voices if they don't like critical coverage. That means my longevity here is in the hands of a few tech billionaires who are already making it clear that they are willing to cater to this administration. To that end, signing up for my newsletter is a way for me to reach you directly if that ever becomes necessary. I'll put the link right here on the screen as well, so please sign up. It's free, but there's also an option to do a paid subscription if you'd like to support me and my team. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.